as I was doing some research, was just surprised at the values of the PSA grades for 1987 Topps. Obviously, just kind of considered a junk wax era set, but the two biggest hits of the set would be the Bo Jackson's Future Stars card, which at a PSA 10 is selling for over $220, and the Barry Bonds, which sells for over $500 in a Gem Mint 10. So with that in mind, I decided to buy some 1987 Topps packs. All right, I got this whole stack of Cello Packs, 1987 Topps. There are 31 cards in each of these packs, so that means we will see over 200 cards. And the chances of getting a couple hits, like the Bo Jackson, like the Barry Bonds, is much more likely. But as you can see, and this is just a good example, like, I mean, it's just fresh from a pack, but it's still kind of, the surface is a little bit scuffed, and so it is genuinely hard to get a PSA 10 in this. Here's the gum. All right, so no like Hall of Fame. Oh, there we go. Just as I say, no Hall of Famers. There's Cal Ripken. Gary Carter is a Hall of Famer recently as well. Harry Slipman. I'm not sure. There's Juan Vinia. I'm not sure if the Ripken will garner a $50 plus value for the PSA 10. I'm guessing it would. Most of these cards are kind of in that, kind of like not valuable enough to grade. The PSA 9s are generally in that like $20 to $30 range for everything except the everything except the Bo Jackson and Barry Bonds. All right, I'll pick up the pace a little bit here. Roberto Clemente, Turn Back the Clock. I kind of like that. George Brett on the Royals leaders, Future Stars. Not the one we wanted. I think we have a stuck card. Oh, that's just the gum and the Spring Fever card. Okay. We're fine without that. Gary Carter, another Gary Carter. Vince Coleman, okay, he's one that's in that, this is his second year, oh, maybe even third year card. I think he was in the 85 Topps traded set, and then 86 Topps, and this is 87 Topps, but for whatever reason, that card still pops some value if it grades high. I'm not going to get that one graded. You can tell it's a little bit off-center. But third Cello Pack. Don Mattingly. Nice. We'll take it. You know, I only had to spend $3 a piece for these Cello Packs with 31 cards. So get two good players like a Don Mattingly and a Vince Coleman, and you kind of get your pack's value back. But as you can tell, man, there are a lot of players that are genuine commons. Right, Reggie Jackson, Turn Back the Clock. Love that. Robin Yount. All right, we'll put him right over the top of this one. Thanks for holding up there, stand. All right. Pack number 4. It's impressive how many total cards you get. But also equally impressive how many non-valuable cards are in one full set. It's crazy. All right, the gum, which the gum just destroys the back of the card in this set. It's almost always attached to the card, and it gets destroyed. All right, that was, I think, our worst pack, the duddiest, but we've got 3 more. If it looks centered and we hit a bow or a Barry Bonds, I almost certainly will get them graded. I'll take the risk, because even the PSA 9s of those sell for anywhere from $50 to $80 a piece. They're still good value even if you don't get the 10. Carlton Fisk, I think he's in the Hall of Fame. There were a lot of players that didn't come close to sniffing the Hall of Fame. But that was part of the joy of a Topps sets. Many of those sets are like 700 to 800 cards. And it was like, it didn't matter who you were on a team. You could be riding the bench. You could be, you know, a relief pitcher that didn't get much action. And you almost certainly had a baseball card made of you. So if you were in the league, because Topps sets were so big, you had a baseball card. Now it means there's a lot of people that, you know, just never really made a massive splash with their career. Ken Griffey Sr. I don't think I would get this graded, but I think this actually is close to that $50 value if it pops at 10. Here's another Cal Ripken. We'll put him right over the other Cal Ripken. So it was kind of cool that if you were in the league, you got a baseball card made of you, especially in the 1980s and early 90s. Meant those sets, the Fleer, Topps, Donruss sets, they're massive, 700, 800 card sets. So just, you know, 1 out of every 25 cards is a common, or 24 out of every 25 cards. Unlike today, Andre Dawson, I love Andre the Hawk. It's our last pack. I'm glad that Bo or Barry Bonds was not the gum card. That would have just irked me. All right, last few cards. Billy Beane from Moneyball. Yep, right, here we go. Last 7 or 8 cards. No hits. No. Dave Parker All-Star. Oh, future stars Pat Dodson, Dave LaPointe. I am surprised. Over 200 cards. No Barry Bonds. No Bo Jackson. But we got a few nice cards here for the collection. Didn't have to spend a ton of money. So I'm going to count that a win. Spent just a little over 20 bucks. It's fun to open up all these packs. And do you have a favorite set from the kind of the junk wax era, late 80s, early 90s? Hit up the comments. Let me know. I'm curious what your favorite set is and why. What are like the kind of special hits or the PSA 9s and 10s that you're aiming for out of that junk wax era? Hey, thanks for watching. See ya.